guys who were there about 10 minutes ago, Muscle's here. So I told them that you couldn't make it, but we'll see if they jump back on. We had it popping, and we covered the 7 fights that I covered on the channel. So,
Okay.
but there's a man there. It's because I'm a one-man show, and like the way I do my videos is like there's a lot of editing. There's a lot. Each video that you guys watch takes me about like 2 hours sometimes. So I didn't get a chance to do all the fights I wanted to do. I wanted to cover Polanco. I wanted to do F.A. Ajagba. I didn't get to do any of those fights. So maybe they already heard me talk. How about you take over and start chatting, talk a little bit about some of your picks?
Yeah. Yo,
Maybe
Rocket, what's up, bro? What's up, champ? It's my guy. But yeah, so what I did was I was kind of torn with Friday's card. With I'm getting him at -1,000
for the stoppage.
for the stop because he's at -5,000 at the money line.
Okay.
Yeah. And then so I got Canelo, Devin, Ryan, Rohan Polanco, Emiliano Vargas, and then Inoue by stoppage. So I believe that's 6 or 7 right there.
Okay,
Vargas, and I think my total odds is -238.
Okay.
So I'm gonna load up on that.
Okay, so
I went safe. I didn't do any. Only prop I did was Inoue.
To win by knockout.
To win by stoppage. Yep.
Yeah, to win by stoppage, which it seems business as usual with that bet.
Come on.
I gave them before.
Come on.
Before you were on, I gave them I did my money line bets, and then I also did a method of victory. The method of victories came out to 96-1 odds. I put $50 on it to make like 5,000.
So what method of victory was it?
I'll go over them again. The first one is the one. So Arnold Barbosa Jr. to beat Teofimo Lopez is 305, but I already have him winning that. I already like him beating Teofimo Lopez by decision. But if you take him to win by decision and remove the knockout, he goes to a 400. So I'm like, I don't see Barbosa stopping Teo. If he wins, I think it's going to be by decision. So I took ABJ by decision at plus 400.
Okay.
And then I took Devin once again. Devin versus Ramirez. Devin money line's $1.11. I don't see him stopping Ramirez, but Devin by decision's $1.30. So
I love that.
I took ABJ at 400. Devin by decision at $1.30. The Garcia and Romero fight. Even though I took Garcia money line, but on my method of victory, I'm Ryan by knockouts at a plus 30, but the total knockdowns over 1 is $1.85. So that's the way I went. So I'm just cheering for two knockdowns at a plus 185.
And you hit.
Number 4, Munguia by knockout, $1.74. I think he's going to get his get back. Now here's the interesting one that people I'm probably going to take some heat for is Canelo, huge favorite against Skull. I did my breakdown analysis. I think people are sleeping on Skull's boxing ability. I like that he has this is me defending my reasoning what I'm about to tell you. I like his Cuban style. He's a mover. Canelo struggles with dudes with good feet. I'm taking Canelo by decision at 290. I don't think he stops Skull. I think Skull could hang with him for the 12 rounds. So that's what I'm banking on. And then Rafa to knock out Vasquez, $1.79, and then Inoue by knockout, $1.10. You think Canelo knocks out Skull?
So this is the thing. Canelo hasn't had a knockout since 2021.
I know, right? Caleb Plant.
But my whole thing with this is I think that Canelo's going to be motivated enough to make a statement and might want to get him out of there. I think he's due for one, and I think this is a fight where he's going to get it. Now, hear me out on this. Skull's a great mover, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he'll last maybe between 9, 10, 11 rounds. But the thing with Skull is he gasses late. And look what he did to Caleb Plant when Caleb Plant gasses late in the 11th. He ended up getting him out of there. So I think this is going to kind of be similar to that. And I think that Canelo's going to go to the body because you got to understand, Skull, he's open to the body a lot, man. And I think there's a lot of room for Canelo to get to the body and chop him down. So I think he might get him late.
All right, before we got cut off the first time I brought you on, they were asking about the Badu Jack versus Narer fight. Did you look into that? And that a Jogba versus Bacoli fight.
Yeah, so I have a rule with heavyweights. I don't touch those, man.
Bacoli?
Yeah, I like Bacoli. I just don't know how he's gonna look after that. The whole thing with Joseph Parker. I mean, obviously he didn't have a full camp. He probably had one. Obviously, he had one for this fight. But you gotta understand, man. Fa can fight, man.
Yeah.
And he can crack.
Yeah.
He can crack. So that fight, I'm not playing on it. I don't feel confident enough to wager my money on that fight. So I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
One prop though that I advise you guys to do on that though is the fight not to go the distance. Someone's gonna get. I would have to look at my book. I don't want this to pause.
Yeah.
But I think the line was like at -2 something, I believe. So that to me is a lock. That fight's not going the distance. I like Bacoli, but he keeps fighting killers. And that's what I'm trying to say, man. FA's a killer. FA.
You don't touch knockdown props on heavyweights.
I don't, man. I don't. That's risky because, like, for example, one of my biggest money makers is the under 1.5 knockdowns. I made thousands on that, like a lot of money. But I only do the under 1.5 knockdowns against like 50-50 fighters, like like Bivol and Beterbiev. I made a killing on the under 1.5 knockdown. Tio and Barbosa, that's another side bet that I'm actually doing. I'm not putting that in my parlay, but I'm doing that as a side bet, separate bet. I'm doing the under 1.5 knockdowns on Tio and Barbosa. But on heavyweights, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because heavyweights, you can get 2, 3, 4 knockdowns. So I think a good bet on the knockdown for heavyweights is the over 1.5. Never the under though.
What do you guys mean by Devin looks different? I want somebody to explain that. So, Koki, Devin getting knockout would be insane. Haney hasn't had a knockout since 2019. Are you saying that he looks different for the good or for the bad? Bacoli Jogba not to go the distance, 230 DraftKings. I like that bet.
To something, yeah.
You know what? I like that bet. If I were to bet on the Bacoli Jogba fight, if I had to bet on it, I would probably take that bet over the money line or over the knockdown.
Right.
I feel comfortable.
Gun to my head.
Yeah.
I would go Bacoli, gun to my head.
Yeah.
But not to wager on it. My money won't touch that money line. Absolutely not.
This is why Devin got knocked down in the first place. He's not a knockout artist. Let him do his thing. Stop making him what he. Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have one punch power. I think he's gonna. He brought guys. I told you guys all week. He brought in Nathan Jones. Nathan Jones is the guy that you bring in to solidify your defense. He was a '96 Olympian, won a bronze medal. He worked with Floyd his whole career. He was a heavyweight. So especially a heavyweight guy who knows how to counter and defend, I think would really help and will really help Devin Haney. He'll be tested though because Ramirez and every opponent moving forward is going, especially from the orthodox stance, is going to go after that lead hook. Ryan basically was like, "Hey, here's the blueprint."
Yeah. But Haney and his team worked on that because they know now.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're going to negate that.
Exactly, I think so too. And Haney, he gets back on his jab. The thing people don't talk about is he throws his jab like 4 different angles. He has like 4 different jabs. And when he's at his best, he's popping that jab. He just got Garcia lured him into a dogfight, man. Mental warfare.
Yeah.
Dev should say at 147 he hurts Ramirez, Israel, Johnny. People saying Devin on that good stuff. He looks more buffed and toned. Everybody.
Yeah. He looks good. He looks good. But Johnny, real talk though. I do not like how this fight's at 144.
No, well,
that's a little weird to me, man.
Well, they weighed into. If you look the weigh-ins on paper, it's 147, and both guys weighed in at 146.5 and 146.8.
Oh, I missed the weigh-in. Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what they weighed in at. Yeah, people saying Shane Mosley is in camp. Was up in Big Bear. You can see it in his eyes. Haney always been a professional, just not killing himself to make weight. Yeah, You guys know. See, this is the educated boxing crowd. I think it's hard for me to talk trash about a kid who went in there with a proven need. Dude, Garcia tested positive for fucking drugs.
Come on, man.
It's so weird that he gets fans. Like, this era of boxing fans give him a pass. What are you talking about? People die in the ring. Like, it's insane.
Yo, but Johnny, how come no one's talking about how Devin got dropped 3 times, right? While Ryan was on steroids and Devin got up all 3 times and was still able to finish the fight.
I just rewatched it yesterday. Especially, it's that first knockdown early on that
he just never recovered from that.
He never recovered from that.
That's what it was.
His legs, but he started winning rounds. He won some middle rounds. It was crazy.
Oh, he was winning the fight.
Yeah, he was winning the fight.
Yeah.
And I don't like Ryan Garcia's shoulder roll either. I don't like him doing that cheap ass fucking awful Philly shell, exposing his back and his body. We'll see how he looks. It'll be interesting. Like I said in my breakdown, I'm going for Raleigh. I hope Raleigh wins, but my money's on Ryan.
Yeah, the smart money's on Ryan, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get the bag. Ryan Garcia. Yep, he cheater. I got Dev to drop Ramirez. Ooh, Dev to drop Ramirez. And Meech, my boy who is in camp with Ramirez, he kind of agrees with you. He told me that, and I played a little bit of the audio. If you would have watched my breakdown of Dev versus Ramirez, I had the audio of my boy's phone call. He remains anonymous. Yeah. He just says that Ramirez is like degrading at a rapid rate due to that style. And he pinpoints the Hooker fight, even though he won by knockout. He said he started getting hit a lot. I don't want to trash Haney, but his rehydration practices, at 35, it was pretty insane. He was even making 35 without a filler IV, 20 to 25 pounds. Well, guys, you have to remember, in UFC, IV rehydration was legal up until 2016. So you guys could cut down. I know, guys. I was interviewing Carlos Condit. Fought his whole career at 170, and he at the time he would walk at 190, cut 20 pounds, and rehydrate like it was nothing. It's not a big deal in different sports. Yeah. Last dude to rehydrate like that was Paul Williams. I love Paul, man. Dude, poor thing with his career. Paul the Punisher.
He was avoiding him a few times too.
Paul was supposed to fight my boy Kelly Pavlik. They had the face off and everything. And then
Kelly had been a fire fight.
Kelly had to have his shoulder worked on. Kelly was supposed to fight Andre Ward too. Oh, see, people are like, what are the fights?
Yo, Johnny, that's a dream
Both
fight,
of those
bro.
fights,
what?
Dude. Both of those fights. I'd have loved to see. If you look behind me, that's the Pavlik magazine right there. After Kelly
that's fire. That's fire.
Yeah, after Kelly knocked out Jermaine. But man, Paul was my man, dude. I the Punisher.
Yeah, Paul was a sick dude. He's right. Paul was a sick dude, Paul man. I was a bad
Paul would have beat Floyd at 54. Man, he had good moves. His just how he boxed. I think Robert G is going to stop the fight. I don't know about
beating Floyd, though.
I know, that's tough. Two different sizes, too. If Paul could train himself to get down there. Paul threw 96 punches per round. That was a great era. 100%. People in that era, man, you had, I remember when Pavlik was, who's the knockout artist? We brought him up last time. Fucking Edson Miranda. Miranda used to just freeze people on their feet. Kelly was good. Sergio Martinez was a dog. I know it's 9 days out, but do both of you have an early prediction? Kachak. I don't like prediction too many cards ahead, but I can't wait to break that fight down. Kachache and Wood. That's a fire fight. We'll be
early on. I like Anthony just because of how he looks versus Cordina.
Yeah.
But I got to do a little bit more film study on that one, though.
Both guys are dogs. Imagine Paul Williams versus Fundora. I think Paul Williams was cut from a different cloth. I think Paul Williams.
He'll stop Fundora. He'll walk him down.
I think Paul Williams cooks Fundora, guys.
Facts.
Yeah. I've been following Ramirez. He gets hit with a lot of punches. I know, man. You think there's a chance?
Let me say this on this Haney fight, right? Don't be surprised Haney gets a TKO.
That's what people are saying. That's what do you see? What do you see in that?
Just accumulation of punches, Haney just being sharp, and either the corner stopping or the ref just saying enough's enough. I just think Haney's just with that jab, he's gonna pop shot. I just think Haney's gonna be real accurate, man. Because you gotta say, Haney really got a chip on his shoulder. He's coming here to prove and let people know, yo, listen, you got me effed up. Yeah. You know, like that. Like I'm coming from a different. Like Devin can box his ass off, man, and I think he's gonna show that.
And he's still young. He's still young. He's growing into his body. He's growing the mindset, everything. Believe me, they want Devin to win. I mean, I'm picking Devin to win. You know, I think Devin at this stage of the career, I think he's going to be too much for Ramirez. Haney getting a stoppage would shift huge momentum for him. That's why I think that's a good point. Haney going for now. Are you saying Haney's getting the stoppage, or is he going to fight like he wants the stoppage? Because when he fought Ryan fire with fire, we know how that ended. You know, he was getting caught a lot. I mean, that's going to be a psychological sort of thing that he's going to have to overcome that.
But I think he's going to be a lot smarter. He's not going to approach this fight like he did Ryan. Absolutely not.
The hand history vault. Yeah, I covered Munguia and Sarase this week, guys. I broke it down. I'm picking Munguia to win. I feel like he was winning every single round. He had Sarase on the ropes the entire round. Could you imagine? Here's some little fun fact. Sarase goes to Tijuana homecoming, right? They didn't even have French translators for him to give a post-fight interview because no one thought he was going to win. Isn't that insane?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
That's wild work.
Think about that. And that fight was fought in December in Tijuana outside. Those boys were fighting outside in 50-degree weather. Nobody talks about. The surface was allegedly slippery. So when you rewatch the fight, a lot of Munguia's movements, he was slipping, and Sarase just fought the whole fight against the ropes because his footwork was kind of. He found the lucky. I don't want to call it a lucky punch. He found the perfect punch. I just don't see him doing that again. Haney getting the stoppage. Ramirez has a left hook in his killer condition. Go watch. Yeah, we talked about that Hooker Ramirez fight, but it's that Hooker Ramirez fight that he took a lot of shots. Why do people support drug cheats? I have no idea. Ramirez.
I mean, let's talk about how that fight would have looked if Ryan wasn't on PEDs.
I know.
Let's talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? I know, and you know,
and he came in overweight.
he came in overweight. He was on PEDs. His knockout to win ratio is what, 80%? He's a knockout artist, maybe a little higher than that. And he couldn't knock out. And everyone says, "Oh, Haney was weight drained. Haney, you know, is a weight bully." I mean, he got up every time, and I just feel there's some I know he has to want that fight back. There, with the adjustments that he could possibly make and have that fight at 147, you know, Haney is going to come out his best this weekend. So you might be on something.
He's gonna look. It's gonna be like another pro grade type of performance. I feel like
he looked great against.
Hey, someone just asked me if I do any live betting. That's a good question. So I do live bet, but my rule with live betting is I always live bet when it hits the 6th round.
I'm a Roy lover.
Oh yeah.
See, I was a Ken Griffey Jr. fan. Dev blocked the left side with his face. He did. Inoue Cardenas. Yeah, I broke that down. Cardenas is tough. My guy is in that Cardenas camp. He said that just to step up in competition is going to be too much. And that speed, you know, on paper, you can look at guys, Ramon's career and anyone who Inoue fights. But until you get in there, that speed and what he does, you know, his explosivity, he's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah. Who said that? Someone in his camp said that to you, Johnny?
Yeah. So one of my guys is close to Cardenas. After you spoke from Texas. Yeah, that too. And he said that Ramon Cardenas is tough, but it's like, I guess there weren't a lot of people who wanted him to take that fight.
Yeah.
Like people in his camp said don't take it, and how do you say no to that fight though?
Oh, that's a life. The money you're gonna make, the more money you ever made in your life, and you get an opportunity to get your name
grandpa. And being a grandpa down the road and be like, "Look, old sonny, I
got the fight anyway." You know, the monster. Dude, like, come on.
How do you say no to that, dude? I'll put my hand up, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Come on. Haney.
And I mean, Cardenas knows what the outcome's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I like Cardenas, but yeah,
I like Cardenas too. He's a good fighter. I
spent a lot of time researching him, and it's one of the things that I do on my channel is like, even, you know, I'm gonna give the B side, the A side sort of treatment as well when I'm doing my research.
Yeah.
Your breakdown was great. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Will message retracted. Haney's only 26. Isn't that crazy? Haney's only 26. Not even
he's accomplished a lot, bro.
A lot, dude. I don't understand the hate. Some fighters don't react to shots well. Devin's legs and chin don't react well. I mean, Devin got popped a few times in a lot of other fights. It's not like Garcia was the first guy to land on.
Yeah, Ramirez. You know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's weird how when like certain guys or certain platforms create a narrative and the rest of the boxing community runs with the narrative.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of them. That all of a sudden Haney has a suspect chin, but he's never been knocked out. What are we talking about? He got.
But everyone was loving Devin before this Ryan fight, though.
It's crazy. Everyone. It's insane.
The way they switch up on you is wild stuff, man.
Did you see Bud? Man. Did you see Bud today going off on that girl in Teofimo's camp?
I didn't know. Oh, you gotta send me that. What happened? I didn't see it.
It's on Instagram. So Bud is in New York for the Times Square fight, and this girl, I don't know if it's Teo's girlfriend. She looked like she was probably like a trainer, but she's in Bud Crawford. They're in a hallway, and she's barking out Bud, and Bud had to get street on her. He went the whole shut up, bitch.
Oh, straight disrespect. respect. You ain't that what? Yo, what's wild is I can picture Bud saying that shit too.
She was dude. She was coming at him all wrong. She was coming at him like a dude, and he was kind of there was Teo's dad. It was hilarious. You can watch it on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it on IG after this. Yeah, for
it's
sure.
not a narrative. He was fighting 130-pound fighters and getting buzzed. I mean, did he get knocked out? If you get buzzed, all of a sudden now you don't have a chin. What are you talking about? If you get clipped and knocked out,
and
Tommy
you get
Morris,
up from it. To me, that's having a chin. If you're getting up, if you get knocked down 3 times and you're getting up, you got a chin.
You got a chin. Exactly. The only people would say you get knocked down and you get up and you don't have a chin are fools who've never been knocked down before. What are you talking about?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? You have a chin.
Preach, Johnny, preach.
You have a chin because you got clipped and you got up. Now, if the lights go out and you're not getting up, the chances of that chin being as durable goes down, down, and down. So that's why I don't get it. Like, it's boxing. They're aiming for the head. You're gonna get clipped and staggered.
You're gonna get clipped.
Yeah. I'm in the Bronx. That's how women talk to men here. Cokie.
No, he ain't lying though. My sister used to live in the Bronx for a couple of years, and I went to go visit her a couple of times. It's different out there in the Bronx.
For real?
Yeah, the females talk like dudes out there, man. Sometimes you think, is that a he, she? You know what I'm saying?
Wait, Bud is decked out in Bud usually wears like nothing too fancy, but this time
casual, casual.
This time he's dressed. He probably had some interviews and media to do. He's dressed in some nice clothes, and he was shocked. He was like,
GQ with him.
It was hilarious. Raldo, his chin and legs don't react like Canelo's or Triple G's. So now we're judging how guys' legs react when they get hit in the head. Come on,
that's
man.
wild. You can't. That's a wild take right there. Come on, bro.
Dude. What are we
talking
about?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So what are we gonna say? Tyson Fury doesn't have a chin because he got
you know
dropped,
what I'm saying?
Because he got dropped against Wilder, but then got back up and knocked Wilder out. Like, what do we? His chin legs don't react. We'll say Haney was allowed to illegally hold it. Yeah, that's a narrative. There was some holding going on. There were some crazy exchanges in that fight too. Garcia getting deducted the point. All of round 7 was insane if you rewatch that fight. I think on a scale of 1 to 10, Devin's chin's like a 6. I'm not going to sit here and die on a hill defending Devin's chin. He's not one of my favorite fighters. If you want to win that argument, Raw Dog, I'll give it to you. Yeah,
you're rocking. People don't know boxing. That's a fact, bro.
Yeah, it's good to see how Bud shows side outside the ring. Yeah, like I'm not gonna sit here. It's funny how people in the comments earlier were defending Ryan Garcia's honor in his height. They were like dying on Ryan is 5'10". You don't know. I was like, what are you guys talking about, dude? Like, are we really defending the honor of a boxer's height? What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's crazy. What the heck got to do with anything, bro?
The BoxRec does have Garcia at 5'8" and Raleigh at 5'8", but when you watch the stare down tape, Raleigh has to be like 5'6".
Yeah, those heights on BoxRec aren't even accurate, man.
Yeah, they're not. They're not. And I said it in my breakdown. But to think that Garcia is 5'10" is insane because when you see him stand up against other guys, he's a smaller dude. I think his fans wish that he's like this. I think the fandom wishes that Garcia was like a 6'2" guy.
Like a 6 foot, yeah. Like 6'1", 6 feet.
He's a little dude. I'm 5'11". He's a little.
Yeah, I'm 5'9". You know what I'm saying? He's like 2 inches 5'8". Yeah.
People don't know boxing. Shit. The Leafs won. It's just an opinion. All right, Raw Dog. I respect your opinion. Let's get it. And the Jays. Who does Muscle have in the Teo fight? Let's go. The likes up and it's free. Yeah, man. Like it up. Okay, Barbosa and Teo. You think Teo wins? We already covered that. You want to grab that one?
I don't gotta. That's a 50-50 to me. I love the over on that. I like the over 10.5 and the other 1.5 knockdown prop on that one. Gun in my head. Whew, that's tough, boy. Yeah, man. I want to say Teo, but what kind of Teo we're gonna get?
Yeah,
you know, because Teo can be hot and he could be cold. But then again, I don't know. When I watch Teo, Johnny, and correct me if I'm wrong, is it really a hot and cold thing with Teo? I think it's more of the person he's fighting against. Teo doesn't do good against guys that make you want to come to him. He does good against guys that come to him because he can counter the shit out of them. But guys that are kind of that stay there, because the thing with Barbosa, he dictates the fight.
Yeah.
So how is Teo gonna react when Teo doesn't like to be in a long fight? That's my point, and that's what I'm saying. So Teo, he does good against aggressive fighters.
Yep.
Barbosa's not like that.
Yep.
Barbosa's patient.
Yep.
So that's a different look. So I don't even think it's a hot and cold thing. I think it's just who he's in front of and their style.
Yeah, Diego's pissed at me, man. I'm not going to be able to get to the Ajagba fight, guys. Like I told you, it takes me 2+ hours to do one video. I'm only one dude, and I have a business I run out of my house. I do this as a passion project. There were 3 cards this weekend. I had to do 7, 8 fights. I just couldn't get to the Ajagba fight, guys. And I'm at the stage of the game where I'm not going to predict it. Tio's flat-footed.
I disagree with that. Tio can move. I think Tio got good footwork, man.
I think Tio's athletic as hell. I think
he's athletic as hell.
It is a tough fight. I mean, I took Arnold Barbosa Jr., but Tio at his best, he's one of the best in the world. But psychologically, there's something that I don't like what's happened with him. I don't like what he looked like against Ortiz. I don't like the rounds that he gave away against Steve Claggett. I thought Claggett was winning rounds in that fight.
He was definitely winning rounds. I scored that fight. I had him winning a couple of them rounds.
And punk ass Claggett got beat by Matthew Germain.
Yeah.
Your boy Dalton Smith couldn't finish. I'm still pissed about that.
I'm so mad at that. But I don't want to talk about that right now, bro.
I know.
I'm so salty.
Yep. I'll never forget Barbosa Jr. versus Sean McComb decision. Everyone brings that fight up too. That Barbosa Jr. versus Sean McComb fight decision that was in New York. I guess that was McComb. A lot of people feel McComb won that fight. Will Ramirez struggle? I think he'll struggle. I had McComb winning that. A lot of people had McComb winning that fight. Teo's one of his best. He's going to knock out Barbosa. I don't think so. I don't think he knocks Barbosa out. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, at the price that they're paying Barbosa, I mean, they got him at plus
no respect. 260. He's been disrespected his whole career. If all we need to see, if I see the same version that I saw against Catterall, because I think Catterall gives Teofimo Lopez problems. I do. Yeah. Southpaw, tricky style. I think Barbosa, that style that beat Catterall, beats Teo. That's why I picked him. I'll never forget Barbosa. So I'm trying to check this pit. Oh, the Pistons are beating the Knicks. Are you a Knicks fan?
Me?
Nah. I'm a Cleveland fan. But
yeah, I'm from Boston, baby.
Oh yeah,
I'm a Celtics fan all day.
You're a Celtics. We'll probably play each other in the Eastern Finals.
Yeah, we're gonna whoop your ass.
They're gonna learn today. Slick Lou Skunt, a young southpaw from Philly, what a great name. Slick Lou Skunt.
Slick Lou Skunt. Well, I thought he was going to say Slick Rick. He said Slick Lou.
That has to be a fake name. Pistons winning. Yeah, 105-103. Pistons are up. 5 minutes left in the fourth, trying to force a game 7. I took New York plus money.
There you go. Now I don't even. Yeah, death by KO. I think death by TKO is a better pick than death by KO.
But do you guys get see all the options we get down here is the same? It's by stoppage, KO or TKO.
Oh yeah, so we get KO, TKO, and DQ.
Oh no,
all in one.
All in one. Yeah. Okay.
All in one.
I think maybe that's what they're saying. I don't know. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable taking Haney to stop Ramirez.
Yeah, that's a risk. That's a risk.
But a lot of people are saying that. So I mean, who knows? This is an underdog. Respects him if he does it. Exactly. And I've won money on him the last 2 fights.
Yo, I was just gonna bring that up.
I win a lot of money on Barbosa.
Bro, because he beat Catterall.
Yep. And the fight before that.
And the fight before that, who was it? What's his name? It's slipping my head.
Give me a second. With all these fights every week. With all these fights every week, it's insane.
Yeah, there's a lot this weekend, man. It's supposed to be like the biggest card of the freaking, you know what I'm saying, so far the year. But I mean, you got Canelo and Inoue all in one weekend. What? Devin and Ryan?
Constant fights, though.
Boxing's looking good right now.
It's hard to keep track.
It's way too hard, man.
Jose Ramirez.
So much money to make. Money out there.
It was Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, he won a UD in the 10th.
And he was an underdog on both of those fights.
Both of those fights.
So,
yeah, he could box. The kid could box.
He could box, man. Ramirez crazy.
Brown, you mean Ramirez? Barbosa fought Ramirez last. That was right. Ramirez crazy.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah, guys, I'm going on an hour of doing these lives. I got to wrap it up. I got to go for a little run. muscle. Any secret little talk about Polanco? I know you mentioned him earlier in the week. I watched you on one of Gary's lives. You were talking about Rolando Polanco. What's up with that fight?
Man, I'm really, really high on Polanco, man. You know, he's my Dominican native. You know what I'm saying? The
You from the
boys
DR?
just.
You from the DR?
I'm half Dominican. Yeah, my
Oh
father's
man,
Dominican. Yeah,
the
yeah,
boy,
yeah. Huh?
the boys and I do a boys trip every year, and I almost died in the DR a couple years ago, boy.
Oh man,
We were
yo,
on a
hey.
boat. We were on a boat, dude. With I got video. I'll show you. It got out of
Oh, you
hand.
gotta show me that. You gotta WhatsApp that, man. I gotta see that.
Dude, that DR airport is atrocious, dude. You're
Yeah,
waiting.
bro, it's tough out
You're
there.
waiting in the airport. There's chickens running around. I love the
Would you go to
DR.
Punta Cana?
Yeah, went to Punta
Yeah,
Cana.
Punta Cana. Yup,
Oh
yup, yup.
God. So yeah,
But
so Polanco's Dominican.
yeah, the Polanco's Dominican. Yeah, yep,
Okay.
straight from DR, man. But boy's talented though, man.
Mm.
I think he's gonna make a lot of noise, man.
What is he, a
I
dollar?
actually want to see him and Brian Norman fight. That'd be a good fight. Him and Brian Norman.
Norman just signed to fight. Uh, it's not a big name, but mate, it's gonna be a war.
Yeah, who is it?
Give me a second. I got my laptop.
Is signing confirmed too?
Let's see if
They
they
got
put
a
it
date
up.
and everything.
Well, people were sharing it yesterday, but you know, with the boxing media, you never know.
Oh yeah, just
Yeah,
Sasaki, Japan. Yeah, Japan. Yo, listen, I've seen him
Sasaki could
fight.
crack.
Yo, this is not gonna be no walkover type
No,
of. You know what I'm
no,
saying? Like,
it's a tough fight. It's a
yeah,
real
this
tough
ain't no
fight.
stay busy for. Like, don't
No,
go in there, mess around, Norman, and get your ass. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass handed to you.
for sure.
Just Sasaki can. Yeah, he can fight.
He can fight 19-1-1. You know, like that fight's going down. I think he's traveling over there to fight him.
Oh, it's in Japan, so he's going there. He's going to their home turf.
I think he's going to Japan. Yeah, it's in Tokyo, June 19th.
It's June 19th. Okay, so next month. That's gonna be a goodie.
You know how, dude, the Norman team, man. I did a video breakdown on that Brian Norman Jr. fight, and his dad was all up in the comments, like going after people. And I had a comment to him, I was like, "Yo, mate, this is a breakdown video. I picked your son to win." He only read. I think he was so used to everybody hating on his son that he got into this state of like defending him. I was like, "Mate, this is a video of me predicting," and I sent it to him in a private message, and then he apologized. But like,
see, man, Brian, he could be a clown sometimes though when he does stuff like that, man.
Yeah, dude,
he don't like
crazy.
constructive criticism against his son, man. You know,
yeah, crazy. You think he could get a knockdown though? Zayas would be tough versus Perez. Do you think he could get a knockdown though? Didn't Xander just? I'm pretty sure they announced. Didn't they just announce a fight with Xander?
Yeah, Xander. He's another one, man. I like Xander's a lot.
I think they just announced a fight with him because he was banking on the Fedor fight, but Fedor's fighting Zuno.
Right, yeah, in the rematch.
Mm-hmm. And I think Zayas. I'm gonna see. Jorge Garcia. Oh shit, he's fighting Chinito. The dude that beat Conwell. That's a good. That's a good fight.
Oh man, I can't wait to see I can't wait to see your tape on that, your film study on that one.
Oh, damn, dude, Chinito, show me some.
Yeah, that's gonna. I'm a favor Xander. Yeah, but damn, I don't know. But I don't know where my money's gonna go on that.
But then again, who would you before the Conwell fight? Who would you have taken, Conwell or Xander?
Conwell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Conwell. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Conwell.
But Chinito came out there and was scrapping.
Yeah, dude, that's a pick 'em to me. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah, dude, I'm a Perez fan now after that.
I'm a Perez. Yo, me too after that performance. Hell yeah,
I'm a Zayas fan too, but that's gonna be a fun fight to break down. Guys, I gotta go, man. I can stay on the
we've been here for a minute, man.
Do you want me to leave it up?
My bad for coming in late, y'all, too, man.
All right, boys. Good luck tomorrow. Let's get this money.
Let's go. Let's get paid, baby. Let's bring down the house.
I'll put your picks in the community section. All right, guys. I'm putting Brown's picks in the community section, so check them out.
Appreciate you, my brother. Let's go.
Peace. Let's go.
All right, fellas.